guys, good morning. It's RJ here live from RJ Avenue Studio, and we're super excited to bring another Work It Wednesday project to life. I hope that you are all having an amazing, blessed, productive week so far. We're halfway there, and we're also super excited because we get to create again, we get to make amazing happen one more time here on a Wednesday. And today I'm going to actually play with a little bit of a double fusion. I'm going to work a project into, or I'm going to work a stamp set into a current set to see if I can make it all come to life beautifully and gorgeously and amazingly yum. Here with me in the studio, I've got Ms. G, of
Hi,
course,
everyone.
who's going to
Good
be
morning
answering any questions you
or
might
afternoon.
have on your behalf. And I'm super excited. So let's go ahead and dive right in.
Let's do
So
it.
this is our top view here. I'm actually going to be working with a set that was released at convention called Mandela Boho. Absolutely gorgeous set, but I'm going to try to fuse in a little bit of Beautifully Made. Beautifully Made is a set that's actually being retired. So it's currently available on the website at, I believe, 20 or 25% off, something like that.
25.
25% off. And it's a great little set that I'm going to try to fuse into this particular one together and combine it and hopefully make something that's beautifully made. No pun intended. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start off with my card pieces. So I've got some pretty basic card pieces. I've got my favorite color here, Sour Mist, a little bit of black taffy, and of course some powdered sugar. I've also pre-die cut a strip from the brand new die strip, the Deco strips. I love them so much. I don't know that I'll use one or two or either, but I think it's a great little add-on to any project. So I did die cut two little pieces from Deco strips. And I'm gonna go ahead and start by creating my card base here. So I've got my card base here in Sour Mist, and clearly I'm going to add this layer of black taffy. Now I may go ahead and add maybe just one layer of this scallop wonky layerness to
That
the.
looks fun.
It looks cute, and then of course we're going to add an additional layer once it is stamped. So that's kind of my idea. Let's see how it works out. I'm going to go ahead and grab my stamparatus here
It's
so
like
that I can start stamping.
Let's go ahead and bring this to life, right?
Let's bring it to life.
So we have Miss Debbie Daniels. She's
Hi,
excited
Debbie.
to get to at least watch a little bit of our Work It Wednesday, so that's awesome.
Oh, well, yeah, because it's super early for our California peeps. I keep forgetting that. All right, so my goal is to try to stay onto the one corner here. Let's see if I manage that correctly. And I'm going to use the largest mandala because I like how it kind of sucks up the entire space here. It's okay if it comes out a little bit.
That's such a beautiful set, too.
It's
I love
so
it.
gorgeous. I love it so much. So let me go ahead and grab that. I'm actually going to ink it up using a Nectar Stone ink. So super light. I don't want it to be too heavy, too starky, because I want my imaging to be more heavy and starky. So let's see if it works out the way I think it will. I'm probably going to stamp this a couple of times. So again, I have a very light. Let me move this out of the way because I don't trust it. I have a very, very light impression. I'm going to do it one more time just to make sure it's nice and crisp. Beautiful. I keep missing this little corner here. All right. So I've got a beautiful, gorgeous mandala. Now that that is set, I'm going to wipe this off real quick. so I can put away my stamp. Beautiful, I love it. And now I'm gonna bring in my additional set here, which is Beautifully Made, because I love the sentiment in Beautifully Made, and I love those blooms in Beautifully Made. So I want to stamp over this. And now I'm going to use my black taffy. And I'm going to stamp it a couple of times. I want a very, very dark impression, especially since I'm over layering stamps. One more, even though it doesn't need it, just because.
Just to be safe. So pretty though.
It's beautiful. Gorgeous. All right. I'm going to clean off my stamp here. So I'm basically using the Mandela boho as a background stamp in this case. So check it out, Beautifully Made. It's so gorgeous. I love that so much. I have another piece of powdered sugar that I'm gonna stamp some of these blooms on. Haven't decided if I'm using them all, if I'm just using a few. Now, there's a couple of different things you can do here. If you wanted to add a little bit of color before we do our stamping, we can certainly do that here. I'm just gonna grab a dauber and a little bit of guava. And then you just kind of basically choose where you want that bloom to sit before we add our stamping. It helps speed up the process, especially if you don't want to go Psycho Killer coloring, which you know it's definitely not my thing. I love to add a little splash of color, but let me see. So I've got one for here, and I've got one for there. Let me see. I want to make a room for this little nugget over here.
It's an easier way to color, huh? Just
it is. It's a nice little.
add
And you
some
can also
color
make
there.
them darker. Maybe some darker than the others. Totally up to you guys.
Like an ombre.
This one's definitely going to be
look.
a darker bloom. Just with a little bit of guava. I'm going to grab my flowers. And now I'm going to go ahead and ink them up using black taffy. Beautiful. Cleaning them off as I go. I love this set. So this one is on the retired list, so it's only going to be good while supplies last. But it is a gorgeous set to get to play with.
Yeah, because you can use that all through the year too.
Yeah, and I love the sentiment,
Spring.
especially I think Beautifully Made. Could add to your faith journaling. You can add to a variety of different projects. So, all right. So back to here. We're going to go ahead and cut these guys out.
It's like, oh, cut it out.
We're just gonna cut these out to add a little bit of character.
Yeah, those flowers are great for all the way through the year, spring and Mother's Day and
Yeah, Mother's
summer.
Day is coming up. We
So,
also,
and like you said, faith journaling, that would be really pretty inside your faith journals. And would you like me to help you? You got it.
no, it's easy peasy.
You got it.
So just a nice little flare here. I also love that our black ink doesn't bleed, especially since I'm, you know, playing with it a little bit, and so my thumb keeps rubbing on the ink. Um, our other colors might bleed a little bit because they're dye based, but our black is not. It's our media ink, so it's designed for you to be able to use with alcohol markers and watercolors and the
Hi,
various different
Christine.
mediums.
Christine Roy just joined us.
Hey, Christine. All right, so we've got our blooms cut out. So let's go ahead and start working on putting our project together. Now I do have a few colors. Technically this is not um, alcohol marker safe ink. So I might lose some of it because it's not designed for alcohol markers. So I'm trying to be very careful and not work too much on a blend. I don't want to bleed my ink too much. So the the lighter the color, the more alcohol it actually has, and so the more chances of it bleeding your. So this is just regular
So it's just
dye-based
kind of
ink.
like lightly coloring.
So yeah, I'm just kind of lightly tapping my paper. And so I'm not going to get a really good blend, but that's not my objective. My objective is just to add a hint of color.
Hint of color. Instead of hint of salt, hint of color.
Hint of salt.
Like when you're cooking,
Mm.
like when you're cooking, they say a little hint of salt.
So we're adding a little bit of yellow. We're also going to add a little bit of yellow to the center of our blooms. Just for a little extra. We're going to add a little bit of color to these leaves. So again, not a whole lot of a blend because it isn't designed for that. I'm also going to bring in some color onto these. Because I think they'll look great. Little add-ons. A little bit of the darker blue. We definitely want that mandala to pop enough. So we're not necessarily blending, we're just adding color in between our layers. might end up hiding some of these, but just for funsies. And because I love to color.
Your favorite thing, right? To color. Lately, it kind of has just a hint of color.
Just a hint of color. So we've added a little pop, little extra. All right, so let's start building our project here. So again, we have a little layer of our die cut piece of paper. So we're going to go ahead and add that to the bottom. Give us just a little strip of that. Maybe move it up a little bit. I love the wonkiness of that layer. And then I'm going to go ahead and adhere this direct with this broken tape runner.
Do you need a new one, or you got?
Like, what is happening here? Okay, this one died.
You have
I have one.
there? Oh.
Yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead and add this direct. So pretty. I love the way that looks already. I love those colors together. When in doubt,
Pop it out.
pop it out. We're going to pop these guys out using some foam squares.
Oh my gosh, that's so pretty.
Beautiful. All right, now it's time to add our finishing touches to this. I'm going to bring in a little bit of our black taffy twine. So just a little bit of that in black.
Oh, so we have somebody that stayed home sick, and they're saying that's the best part to watch you live.
Oh.
Let's
Well,
see.
I'm sorry that you're homesick, but I'm glad you're able to join us for the live.
Oh, Deb. So she was it was during her lunch, so she had to go back. So have a great day.
You can catch the replay, Deb. Thank you.
And Christina Dayet is here. Sure you like coloring, she says. They love the colors. Yes, it came out beautiful.
So now it's just time to add the layers of my bloom and create that fusion together of
I love those colors
flowers
together. It's so
and
pretty.
just so much fun and alive. And again, you can see those blooms in the back. I'm actually gonna bring this on this side because it's a nice little touch. So amazing. I think I messed that one up. Put some glue here.
I'm gonna see what the eraser gave you now.
And of course, we're gonna add some Dazzling Pat and some black splatter. I'm gonna wet my splattering brush a little bit. It usually comes out better if you wet it. So just
add some water first.
Just add a little bit of water and a little bit of splatter. Just makes it so fun and artistic. It gives it a little bit of an artistic flair. And some Dazzling Pat.
Can't go wrong with Miss Dazzling Pat.
Focusing more on our blooms. And we're set. We have a beautiful project. I'm going to remove this guy so that it doesn't get dirty. And I'll bring it up a little bit more.
So
Beautifully
gorgeous.
made. This is a great set. I love the mandala in the background. I love the big bold sentiment of beautifully made. And of course, those flowers just enhance our project share and our project flair. So easy peasy. Super
Beautiful.
easy to recreate. Again, I use Beautifully Made, which is a retiring set. And of course, my current favorite, which is the Mandela Boho, as that background piece for my project.
Gorgeous.
And you can see some of that dazzling pat and color flare. So guys, I hope that was fun. It's a great way to work in a little bit of old with a little bit of new into our Wednesdays. We do have some amazing new downloads available on the website. If you are not following us on Facebook, then you're definitely missing out. You've got the seasons, the Give Thanks digital file that's available if you want to create a fun little home decor piece like this one.
And it is
It
that
is
big.
available. It is the size. It is available on the website under digital files, or you can also find it under new. I believe
Yes,
it's available
new
also
releases.
under new. And don't miss tomorrow's Facebook Live. We have some fun new share that you're not going to want to miss. It's so darling cute. I can't wait for you guys to see it. Guys, thanks again for joining us for Work It Wednesdays. Remember to subscribe, to like, and to share this so that it can inspire our creative world around us. Remember to continue to create and capture so that we can bring hope to those around us. Thanks again, and we'll catch you next Wednesday. Adios.